If you're not safe going to school or in your own home or walking down the street, you can't have a childhood. And that's what we're fighting for.
February 14th was a day like any other for Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School students, until 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz opened fire in the freshman building.
Pretty normal day. I think it was second period, yeah. We had a fire drill. It was normal period up until 2:20, 2:25 when the second one went off, and everyone was like a little confused. Some lady, she's an administrator at the bottom of the stairs, was like screaming. She's like run, like start moving, like run, like screaming at us. And we were all like why is this lady screaming at us? Like, what is she doing? Like, someone tell her to stop.
There were cops probably 100, 150 cops, one behind the other, going 90 miles per hour down our road with their lights on and like getting out with assault rifles. It's unimaginable.
And at that point, we hear like pop, pop, pop.
17 people died that day. Sons, daughters, parents, and friends, all lost in a school in what many consider one of the safest cities in Florida.
If we weren't safe in schools, how could we feel safe anywhere else? School, you're supposed to go to school and learn, be with your friends, be with your teacher, and now instead of learning how to write essays, we're learning to write eulogies.
One of the victims, Jamie Guttenberg, was Jordana's best friend.
You should never have to speak at your 14-year-old best friend's funeral. And the night that it happened, I just remember sitting in my bed thinking for hours, like, how is this real life?
We were kind of like robbed of our childhood, I guess you could say, and like, especially if you were in that building, like once you go through something like that, like if you were like hearing those gunshots and watching kids, like seeing those images, like I don't understand how you could move on ever.
The tragedy inspired Jordana, Sam, and many others to make a change. That started with March for Our Lives.
I mean, really, if you look back in our country's history, a lot of these movements were created by and led by our youth. The students are unhappy and they're passionate and they have nothing to lose, and they're fighting for their lives. Everything we're doing is just showing resilience. Everyone out there in politics, they think that we're just kids, but we're not just kids. If all of our voices come together, maybe they'll eventually get the message and finally make a change.
And the change they are asking for is in gun legislature, something that politician Donna Shalala is supporting in her campaign for Congress.
I hope that they're not patient. I was born impatient. That's the way you get things done. You need to be impatient, and you need to yell very loud so that people pay attention. On this issue, we're talking about life or death.
In just 5 weeks, millions of students and adults have gathered all around the world in protest. Many of them are not even teenagers.
I feel like the march helped not just the students, but everyone come together, and it was an important step in kind of riling everybody up to like, we need to do this now. We need people to go out and vote. We need changes in our country.
Reporting in Parkland, I'm Kim-Martinez, UMTV.